I wanted to make this more than just a book. I wanted to make this an experience for people. No matter how deep you look into every page, there's always another layer. There's always another level to the artwork, to the symbolism. It's not just a simple story, it's multiple stories, a broader, deeper narrative. You're never gonna stop finding things in the pages. Hello, my name is Shen Leidy. I'm an artist and writer, and I'd like to invite you to join the Kickstarter for my graphic novel, The Psychedelic Singularity. I grew up hiking the mountains of the Pacific Northwest ever since I was a very small child. I grew up in nature and around nature, and that's who I was for a long time. And then at some point, I sort of lost that older version of myself to the modern world and to technology. And it reached a point in my life when I was 27 where I had this intense longing to get back to the natural world. I quit my job. I planned it out for about a year. I wanted to go on like a really good long nature hike. And I flew to the Pacific Northwest again, to the mountains in Washington State. And I went on that 61-day trek, and I left all the modern technology behind. And I got back in touch with an older part of myself, and at the same time I felt like I was getting in touch with the future, with my future self. It turns out if you spend that much time alone in the forest in really, really rough conditions, you go through certain mental and psychological changes. And I emerged from the forest 61 days later with new ideas. How do we relate to technology? How do we give it personalities? How do we integrate it into our most, intimate thoughts and lives? And how does that mesh with the natural world and nature and spirituality and magic? And that's where the seeds of this idea came from. When I came back from the hike into just the hustle and bustle of modern society, the contrast is what really inspired me. An idea started to form in my mind of like a fantasy allegorical future of this book that I wanted to write to convey ideas and emotions that I had had on this trip into a narrative form. When I go to create a page, I create it in my mind first. It's like a meditative process for me, just line after line, curve after curve. The feel of the pen, the flow of the ink. It's something more than just a narrative story. It's something more than just a book. It's an experience. Thanks for watching, and I hope you join me in bringing the psychedelic singularity to life.